Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Whisper, and today what I have for you is another story video, and this is a story that happened a couple years ago, and I thought it was really funny. Like I said, most of the time I just kind of like lie in bed, and I kind of start thinking about what I want to make videos on, and then I just like, I should make a video on this. And this was one of the things that came up, and I thought it was a really funny story, but also kind of fucked up. But let's go ahead and just get right into the story. So this happened the December 31st of 2014, I believe. Yeah, it had to have been 2014. And what was going on is that me and my sister were having a big party for the new year because we didn't actually go down south. Most of the time I go down south with my dad to visit with my uncle down near LA. But we didn't go that particular year, and so we decided that we were going to stay home and we were going to have a party with our friends. And it wasn't like a, alcohol or drinking party. It was just a normal party where we had food and we had video games and we were just kind of playing games and, listening to music and, talking like we normally would and to celebrate the new year. So it gets into the evening and then into the night, and everybody's kind of, calming down and everything's starting to settle down. We're not, listening to loud music because my parents are asleep for the most part, and we're all kind of just relaxing, waiting for the new year to start, and waiting for it to strike midnight. And while we're doing that, we're kind of all just sitting around playing games, having, casual conversations. We're not being overtly loud. And a lot of the people that were here were staying over, like a lot of the males, a lot of the females. And my mom and my family generally trust me and my sister to make good calls and good judgment of who we can trust and who we can't. And so they really trusted us that we would be responsible and be able to handle any of that, and that my friends were a mature group of people and they wouldn't, do something stupid. And for the most part, I was right. Most of my friends were not doing stupid shit. They weren't really, they didn't bring alcohol, or they weren't breaking anything of mine or my family's, and so it was mostly a good night. However, I did notice one particular thing that was going on throughout the night, and I'm actually surprised I didn't really notice this earlier. I had a couple friends. One's name is Noah. We're going to go with Noah, and then the other one's Maxie. And Noah is a male, obviously, and Maxie is a female. And they were kind of hitting it off and getting kind of close with each other. They were kind of hugging and stuff like that and cuddling. And I didn't see really a problem with that because I didn't think anything bad would happen. And I really didn't think much of it at the time. And I think part of the reason this all ended up kind of happening has to do with the fact that Noah was kind of getting out of a rough breakup with his ex-girlfriend who was, they'd been in a relationship for a good amount of time. It was a stable relationship. I think they were together for 15 or 16 months, and he wasn't exactly taking the breakup really well. And Maxie just kind of has a problem with apple juice. This is kind of a off story, but Maxie has a problem with drinking apple juice because it makes her horny. So, yeah, I think that's part of the reason that happened. Plus, it was starting to get late in the night. It was 11 or 12 at this point. Everybody had celebrated that it was New Year's, and everything kind of went back to normal. Everybody was playing games and chatting and stuff like that, and most of the people were beginning to crash out at this point, with the selection of, maybe 5 or 6. So, the last couple of people who were awake was Maxie, Noah, me, my cousin, who I'm just going to call Eli because he isn't involved in this story really, and then there were a couple, 2 or 3 others who were out in the living room and weren't in my room. And at this time, Maxie and Noah were straight up doing stuff. They were making out and they were cuddling in my bed, and I didn't really think too much of it because I didn't think that they'd be stupid enough to decide to do anything. And so I kind of just ignored them. And at one point I even turned around because I was playing League, and at the time I was pretty new to the game still. And I went to ask Noah for advice because Noah's a pretty good League player. And he was making out, and I just kind of turned back around really slowly and didn't really say anything, which is kind of funny. So everybody crashed at about 6 a.m. and then everybody woke up at about 12 when their parents came to pick them up that next day. And everything seemed kind of normal. I really didn't think too much of it, of the making out and them lying under the covers. But later, Maxie ended up coming over to my house and telling me something interesting. See, Maxie told me that her and Noah had fucked on my bed and that nobody knew about it. And this kind of came off as shocking, that they were on my bed with 2 or 3 other people in the room and they were going at it.
and nobody really knew because it was really quiet and nobody really turned around. Plus it was very, very subtle with the whole making out thing, and nobody really was paying attention, like I said. And they fucked on my bed. Yeah. It was so weird to just like think about that two of my best friends had actually fucked on my bed, and I felt so like almost uncomfortable and really nervous actually for other reasons. But yeah, I told a close group of friends, about this and that we needed to keep it on the down low, and for the most part it stayed on the down low. Nobody really found out about it or anything, and everything was kept kind of quiet, and the story dissipated after, several months. But I thought this story was pretty enjoyable and that you guys would find it funny, because I was lying in bed the other night just thinking about this, and I thought it was a really funny and strange occurrence that this happened between a couple of my really close friends. So my name is Whisper, hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'm out. Peace.